Hey everybody, instead of a traditional episode of The Fundamentalists this week, we're just going to be giving our thoughts on Dimmu Borgir's brand new album, Eonian. It's been 8 years since Dimmu Borgir last put out a new record, Abrahadabra, and if you'll remember me and Dan mentioning in passing on previous episodes, we weren't the biggest fans of that record. So we've been eagerly awaiting new material from the band, and we're here to let you know whether or not it lives up to the hype and anticipation. And it doesn't.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I gave this album several listens, and there are some really good tracks in it. Council of Wolves and Snakes was a really cool track, and a really unique track within itself, just the whole sound. And towards the album, there's more music where, there's more tracks. Archaic Correspondence is another one. Alpha Aeon Omega, another one that I really enjoyed. However, when I got to the end of the album and Spotify played a song that was related but not the same, they played Dimmu Borgir's Morning Palace, and I just kind of like sighed and realized, and I couldn't like lie to myself anymore. Like, I don't like this album. I miss the older stuff, which I know is a cliche argument with bands that get older. Oh, well, they're trying new stuff, or oh, well, you just have to let them expand. But at the same time, it just doesn't sound like Dimmu Borgir anymore. Fair to say, it sounds like they're not writing a metal album anymore. They're writing a symphony album now, and they're just throwing whatever metal they can to get to the symphony. What do you think?
I think you've touched on some interesting points there. I agree with you about the Council of Wolves and Snakes being one of the highlight points of the record. It's almost as if Dimmu Borgir has turned black metal into arena rock, if you will. Think of it as almost like their black album, if you could. And much to your point, saying that you miss the old Dimmu Borgir, this very much is not old Dimmu Borgir. Nowhere near it. They've kind of been on this path since Insulta Diaboli, as far as like moving away from that, I guess, more Emperor-inspired black metal sound that they had started off with, and now here we are, like you said, where essentially it seems like it's just trying to get to the symphonic sections or the choir sections, which I'm sure the band probably wrote the vocal melodies and everything, and it's cool and all, but when it's happening every track, you begin to lose interest. And by the end of the record, it was really starting to drag, and the disappointment that I had felt start to creep in about halfway through, like, am I going to get any of what I was really hoping for out of them, which is, maybe a little bit of a more raw approach to
Right.
uh,
Maybe a little bit more Death Cult Armageddon.
maybe just a little bit more metal in
Yeah.
general. But I didn't get that. None of us got that. And to
It's
varying
like
degrees of success with different people. I know some people who absolutely love this record, but I am not among them. I don't think it's total shit. Let me get that out of the
it's
way.
gonna stay in the rotation. I mean, I'm gonna be listening to this album for like the next couple of months or whatever. And when I do listen to it, I'm not like, oh god, this fucking sucks. But like as a Dimmu Borgir fan, it was a situation where this was a band that made awesome metal uh, that had symphony embellishing it. Now it feels like it's embellished symphony, and nothing against symphony. I love symphony, but I just don't, the vocal cadence of Shagrath doesn't come clear to me anymore. The riffs that only really stand out are the whole, like Pantera type riffs where, you're gonna bang your head. You've got no choice. This is like catnip for metalheads kind of deal. But at the same time, it's just, I don't know. It's just not the same old Dimmu Borgir.
It's not the same old Dimmu Borgir, and it's definitely just not what either of what me and Dan wanted. What do you think? What did you think of the new record? If you loved it, let us know on the Instagram or on the Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at The Fundamentalists, on Instagram at The Fundamentalist Podcast. You can also reach us at our email address, thefundamentalists@gmail.com. You can also visit our official website, thefundamentalists.com. We are now available on iTunes. Like and subscribe, write us a review, tell us we're dipshits. We don't give a fuck. Thank you for tuning in.
Let us know. Is this a album of disappointment, or is it their new master of puppets?